Hello everyone, and today I saw the film Big Hero 6. And basically this movie is about this young scientific prodigy named Hiro, I believe. Up here, let me come. Hiro Hamada. Yep, who basically finds him in a criminal plot that threatens to destroy the fast-paced tech high of San Francisco, which is a mix of San Francisco and Tokyo mixed. With the help of his closest companion, a robot named Baymax Hero, who joins the forces of a reluctant team of first-time crime fighters on a mission to save their own city. Um, for me, this is a really good film. It was a really good film. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna say this: in order for a film to be good, make me feel like buying up drinking popcorn was useless. I could just watch this movie and I got involved myself. Um, and for me, that's a good aspect of the film. When you make me feel like why did I buy that popcorn or drink? That was pointless. Like I could just watch this and got totally involved, and I did. Like I really felt like there was a lot of moments where I was just totally immersed in the film, and basically all the voice actors are pretty much unknown to me. Basically, like there's no like there isn't like no like there isn't to me there was no like big hero. There was no certain voice of these characters where I'm like, oh, I know who that person is. Um, I like that. When this film had like a lot of unknowns for as well. Well, not total unknowns. Like I'm sure there's people who did these voices, did something else, but I personally don't know as many people. And or many I don't know many of these people who voice these characters. And basically, so let me talk about the main characters. Like the beginning's a bit tragic, I will say. It's very sad. Like they do tell him it's like he lives with his older brother and his aunt because when he was younger he lost his mom and dad to I forgot what it was. Like, I think it was a car crash or something like that. It didn't explain, but it did explain like his mom and dad are dead. And basically that he's living like I said he's living with his aunt and his older brother. And basically at some point um something tragic happens within like those three characters, but I'm not gonna spoil it. But basically moving on from that spoiler, like, I'm not seeing the spoiler because I'm not giving the spoilers out here. Um, basically happens like um, basically there's like this robot, and like I said, it's this robot's name. I believe it was Baymax Hero. Baymax Hero. Like, let me just say this. I'm gonna talk right here, right now. I'm gonna talk about the characters. This main kid, I really like. I see a lot of great innocence and a lot of really good care like, to the kid. Like, he's a very good kid, and I really do enjoy him. Like, he's a kid who's willing to stand up for what he believes in. There's all that great heroic stuff. I really do enjoy him. He was a great character. These side characters were really interesting. Like, there's one of them who's like a really moody girl. There's one of them like there's like a girl who's very like always angry and always bitter. I think there's a really and then there's like another girl who's very like upbeat and positive and very funny. And there's like a really funny really big character who they have. He was quite like I do like how they played on his flaws. Like he was very emotional. There was moments when he would get really scared, and there's a lot of great comedic things with his character, and then there's like this laid back type of stoner character, not stoner per se, because they can't have that type of character within the film. So then they have to make it more of a hippie, and I like that. I like the aspect of these side characters were much older than him. He's like, even if he is a leader, is like they're older, they're more mature. I like that aspect. Because in many groups, we see the oldest, like the main character, like the leader, is always the oldest. I like how it's kind of reversed in this film. And basically, I like how it's based off a Marvel film. A Marvel film, and I'm sorry, not a Marvel film, but based off a Marvel comic that I personally haven't read. So I don't know how faithful it is completely. Excuse me. And basically, I thought all those characters were really great. My favorite is definitely that cool, laid back type of relaxed, like basically hippie type of dude. He was my favorite. Like he was hysterical. He definitely had the best one liners in the film, I would say. And the villain is actually pretty good. At first, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be so boring and so cliche. But I like how the film kind of tipped out on its head for me, and it's just like give him more backstory with a background for himself. I'm just like, okay, now I understand where it's coming from. Why he's having such an emotional debate with himself and with these other characters. I really enjoyed that, and I also really enjoyed the aspect of okay, Baymax Hero. I fucking love this character. This character just made the film. He was just so great. I love this character. Like, I want one of those my own. It's just one of those things you're just like, you were so adorable. Like, you were so adorable. I just want one for myself. It's like, turn to my needs. I want my own. I've seen a lot of reviewers say, Baymax Hero is something I want my own. I'm like, I can totally agree. He's just such a lovable character. There's just a great innocence there's such a great innocence with that character, and I really loved it. It's like I will tend to your needs. I am fully 100% completely functional or emotionally satisfied. It's such a caring character, and even though it's just a robot, it is such a great defined character with him. It's is purely innocent, and that makes such a good feeling for the character. It's just such a great feeling for that character. And the animation is wonderful. I love how at points it's like, oh my god, we're having an action scene now. Like I thought, like when that stoner dude had, like the hippie, I'm just saying, okay, the hippie character. Like there's moments when he was saying, oh my god, this is the climax. It's like at points it's like, okay, that's cool, that's funny. I like that kind of homage in other superhero films. But at times I felt like it was like, I'm like, yeah, no shit, buddy. Like, do you need a fucking textbook for this shit? Like. We understand. Don't spill it out in front of our faces. That's a little annoying. And I love the animation was just wonderful. The characters were just so fun, so bright, and so cool. I really enjoyed these characters. The writing at times was really good. There's some moments where I'm just like, oh gosh, really. Like how I said before, there's some moments where there's a lot of exposition, and I'm like, yeah, I know. We've seen so many of these. Granted, the target audience for this is mainly kids, so maybe in their own favor, that's okay for them. But for anyone who's like 14 and up, who's seen many of these comic book movies, like you can pretty much predict at times, like, oh, there's gonna be a climax, oh, there's gonna be a final fight, oh, there's gonna be a point when he kind of pushes away his side characters. It's like it can't. At times, it is formulaic, I will say. And basically, I will say that's all my favorite things about the film: the characters, the animation, the villain. They're all really great. However, I will say is that, like I said before, like at moments I thought like it was a bit typical at times. Like, all right, here's a hierarchical scene. Here's a scene where like, it's very built up on those type of superhero movie cliches we've seen. And granted, we know these things from ancient Greek mythology, but come on, switch it up at times. Okay, we don't always need shit like that. And probably my biggest problem with the film is that by the end, like I know how it acknowledges like the team aspect of the Avengers and the Incredibles, but near the end when you're having the big final climax fight, I'm just like, there's moments where I can tell I'm like this is kind of like from the Avengers and the Incredibles, and I'm just like, granted, this film is granted these film is great, and I love how it kind of acknowledges these other films like the Incredibles and the Avengers. Like I love those two films. But for me, at times, I thought the moments with those were just a bit too obvious, and there's a bit of exposition that's kind of obvious, and it's a bit formulaic at times. That's my only complaints with the film. And in the end, I really, really enjoyed this film. And at this point, a lot of you will be saying to me, Jack, is this the best animated film of the year? No. For me, that goes to How to Train Your Dragon 2. Yes, it's still definitely my favorite animated film this year, but I would say How to Train Your Dragon 2, Big Hero 6, the Lego Movie. My Lego Who, yes, that's how I feel. Like that's my favorite and least favorite animated films of the year, in my opinion. And in the end, I will say this movie is very, very highly recommendable for anyone who loves kids movies, or loves family movies, who loves superhero movies, and all around just loves feel good, great movies. And here's another thing I want to say about this film is that it knows when to pull those emotional moments. Like it doesn't this is a kids film. They can easily screw this up in another direction, but I love how it played it so appropriately at times. Like they knew how to make these dramatic moments dramatic, and they never threw in those inappropriate timings to comedy like how some kids movies do. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen a child type of movie. But with a lot of kids movies I've seen recently is that they always dumb things down. They always make it, oh, you get it. It's like they will lose things. They will lower things to the children's level, and I think that's total disgrace to kids, because you should never lower your own view, the level of the intimacy of the film for the children. It's like it should just represent the film as it is. It's like it should show itself like, all right, here's a story. If you don't understand it, that's your fault. You're all right, and if you're smart enough to catch up in the film, good for you. Okay, don't pander your film. Okay, that's a terrible mistake. So many films do that, and I'm glad this film doesn't. It knows when to exactly pull those dramatic moments and it knows when to how to exactly pull those funny moments. It really knows how to balance those two, and it really pulls through and really makes the film a lot more genuine, gives it a lot more warmth and heart at times. I really hate I use that term at times when a film has heart. It's like any film has fucking heart, okay? Except Transformers and Twilight, so never mind. But you know what I'm saying? I just hate using the term the film has heart. It's like every single film that gets good is, I'm going to tell you, it has heart. It's like there's some people who will say, well, and I know some. I was like I was saying before in film, it's like, if you like a dislike a film, that doesn't mean they did try. That doesn't mean they tried. I know a lot of people. I'm gonna say something that's very controversial here. I enjoy How to Train. No, it's not that. Yeah, I'm gonna say something that a lot of people may not agree with, and that is, I enjoyed The Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than Edge of Tomorrow. And I know a lot of people will be really pissed off to hear that, but I don't care. I'm going to say that I enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man more than Edge of Tomorrow. And I know a lot of people will be very upset about that, but it's all about being upfront and being honest. And this film just brings such a great innocence to itself, and also it provides so much great learning and fascination with science, and it kind of has itself towards like, hey kids, get more involved with science. It's really good, it's really fun, and you can learn things and you really evolve yourself into the future, and it pushes that so far. And I really applaud that. I really applaud the film for this, for like really sending out this essence of gaining knowledge, not just accepting things as fact. Okay, you do research, you do that type of stuff. I just really highly admire and respect him for doing that. And in the end, I really do enjoy this film. It's definitely worth getting on DVD, and you can bet your butt I'll definitely buy this movie on DVD as soon as it comes out. Will this be my top favorite films of the year? Maybe. I don't know right now. I'm gonna say this film in the end is really good for what it is, and I will give Big Hero 6 an 85%. I do sometimes with films at times like it's a bit formulaic, exposition is a bit obvious, but in the end, I will say it's a fantastic film. In my opinion, it's better than the Lego Movie, but it's not as good as How to Train the Dragon 2. And in the end, it's its own little thing that I truly do enjoy, and I hope you enjoy it too. In the end, that's my review of Big Hero 6, and I hope you really enjoyed my review. I hope you really enjoyed my review of the film. Please feel free to comment down below what you saw of the film, if you liked it or not. Comment down below, let me know. Thank you for watching, everyone, and that's until next time. See ya, and remember, stay strong.